Yo, and we have another story for you, and this time it's Snoop Dogg. Apparently, they're trying to say he's being cancelled, but who knows? NBC dramatically pulls the plug on Snoop Dogg's New Year's Eve special in wake of homophobic comments. Okay, before you waste your time, I don't think it's about the comments. I think it's about a scheduling clash. But they're trying to make it like, oh, Snoop's homophobic, so he's being cancelled. You can't cancel Snoop. That's all I need to say. Snoop can't be cancelled. He's too ingrained in the culture. Unless you found out that he's done something really really bad, that's when you cancel him. But little words, nah, he can't be cancelled for things like that. So Snoop Dogg's New Year's Eve special has been pulled by NBC and Peacock months after his backlash for saying he was scared of bringing his kids up to the movies because of LGBTQ XYZ characters. Well, he's right about that, man. He hit the nail on the head, man. It's like these are kids' movies. You putting all this stuff into kids' movies and shows. Too many questions, and you can't really answer them without going into too much detail at a young age. So the 54-year-old rapper 2-hour program, which had been announced at the NBC Universal Upfront in May, was scheduled to air live in Miami, Florida on December 31st at 10:30 p.m. The show had been described as a once-in-a-lifetime New Year's Eve event and had been slated to include show-stopping performances all night long, leading up to midnight, on top of appearances from some of the biggest stars. Snoop's real name, Calvin Cordoza Brodus Jr., addressed the acts in a statement on Thursday. Sometimes the calendars just get in the way of the celebrations, which is why NBC's family and I decided this winter was the time for us all to focus on the Olympics, he told Deadline. But don't worry, Big Snoop will party together, bigger and better in late 2026, you dig? NBC University announced in September that Snoop, who had been in front and center the network Summer Olympic coverage, will be back on duty for the upcoming 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy. The opening ceremony is due to take place on February 6th. The closing ceremony in February 22. That's Big Snoop right there. The email contacted NBC for comments. The dramatic cancellation comes 3 months after Snoop sparked backlash over his criticism of the LGBTQ representation in the Disney Pixar 2022 animation film Lightyear. In August, the rapper said he was so scared to go to the movies after being blindsided by a same-sex couple in the film. Weeks later, Snoop clarified his stance and stressed that he is all an ally. All my gay friends now, what's up? They've been calling me with love, he wrote, under the Hollywood Unlocked clip, T.S. Madison calling him out. My bad for not knowing what to answer a 6-year-old. Teach me how to learn. Let's see what the comments are saying. Because that Lightyear movie was terrible. It was somewhat entertaining, but it wasn't really Buzz Lightyear. I mean, I've watched a lot of Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, and it should have went down that direction. Instead, it kind of went into a woke direction. The movie didn't fare too well box office wise. It was banned in certain countries for the very reason why Snoop said so. I mean, they kind of just shoehorned this same-sex characters in there, and it was like, why is this here? You know, it's a kid's cartoon. Why are you putting this in here? You know, but I don't think this is Snoop getting cancelled. Not one bit. I think it was definitely a scheduling clash, but they're trying to make it look like this is a non-story, by the way. So they're trying to make it like Snoop's being cancelled by the LGBTQ TQ mob. Nah, that's not it. Take a lot more than this to cancel Snoop. But I think he did get a lot of backlash. That's why he done that "Love Is Love" song, terrible song, one of the worst songs you ever done, Snoop. Freedom of speech depends on its pro-trans. 99% of people out in the world have the same reaction. Someone said, "What's the fascination with Snoop?" Let's see here. Snoop is correct. I wouldn't know how to answer that if I was with my nephew or nieces at the movies and was blindsided like he was. It's not a mainstream situation, and obviously kids pick up on everything. Shame on woke Disney. Can't stand them. And that's the thing about Disney. They're going so woke these days that they don't even realize that what they're pushing into the movies is turning people away. Because they're giving us all these woke storylines, twisting things up, rewriting the movies, and then when people go to watch them, they're like, this is not what I remember. Because they're doing remakes now, and they're wokeifying them. And it's only going to hurt them business-wise, and they're starting to realize it is hurting them. That's why they kind of stopped some of the remakes. And then in Hollywood itself, they're starting to realize that we don't like these woke narratives in movies. We just want to be entertained. And good for the people voting with their feet and their wallets, because at the end of the day, if we kept on eating up what they were shoving down our throats, they'll keep making this garbage. Keep putting more gay characters into movies made for kids. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being gay. But when you start this blindsiding, you go into the movies with your child, and then when you just throw in a same-sex couple, and kids ask enough questions as it is, like, what's this? What's going on? Hey, what's this? When you start doing that now, you need to go and start explaining into circles how these things are happening without going into too much detail. And that's Disney putting parents in compromising situations to a point where they're so scared now to go to the cinema with their kids. They might pop up with more questions in another movie. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.